Well, it's interesting when you talk about Disney because, of course, it's the parks business at Disney that has been a real lag for Disney, because that is where so much of its revenue has traditionally come from. And of course, the very fact that they've been closed around the world during COVID has meant that there's been a big hole in its parks business revenue. But interestingly, as far as subscriber growth, I mean, Disney is really playing catch up with Netflix. It added around half of Netflix subscribers in just a year, whereas Netflix, for example, has quadrupled its users, but over a 6-year period. So you can see why actually the competition is really seeming to catch up Netflix at this current time.
And obviously the stock performance, I guess, doesn't really reflect that, because Disney is a more holistic business, not just streaming, to your point. But coming out of the pandemic, I mean, clearly a lot of these work from home stocks did very, very well. A lot of them rely on the subscription model. The challenge, I would think, is keeping people on board and stopping them from moving away or even canceling their subscriptions. Do you expect Netflix to change their product offering somehow, or make any adjustments to the model to ensure that they retain the existing subscribers?
Yeah, it's really interesting this, isn't it? Because of course, creating new content during lockdown has been absolutely crucial. We've been getting through content like never before. It's like the old stack of DVDs on the shelf have been replaced by digital files, and we need more of them. We've got this insatiable demand. But of course, as economies open up once again, and there are far more attractions and entertainment out of the house, it is going to be increasingly challenging to keep eyes glued on screen, and then to keep those subscriber numbers ticking up, which is absolutely crucial, because the only number that really does matter at Netflix is subscriber growth. So arguably, they're going to have to work even harder to get content that really will make people want to stay in rather than go out. I do think as well the reopening of cinemas will have some kind of impact as well. The very fact that people can go once again to watch their favourite films and new releases on the big screen. However, I do think that this shift to watching films and new releases at home isn't going to go anywhere fast, particularly for families, for example, whereas you can download or subscribe to Netflix, for example, at a much cheaper cost over a month than you can just for one ticket for a family. So I certainly do think that there is still huge potential for Netflix. But of course, as we've already mentioned, there is a lot of competition, not just in the wings, but they're really front and centre